Yo, what's good, everybody? I'm rhickey28. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm really sorry that I haven't been pumping out too much content recently. Unfortunately, we caught COVID, so that's why this video is a little late. I'm not exactly at optimal health. I'm a little congested. I'm still not at 100% now, but thankfully we're getting a lot better. I wanted to go over whether or not the Player of the Month program is really worth it. To be honest, I was very disappointed that they chose a first baseman in Anthony Rizzo as the lightning card. I know a lot of people have been really hesitant about completing the program. It's a long grind. I know a lot of people that haven't even touched it, don't even want to touch it, and I can completely understand where they're coming from. For me personally, it was worth it because of one reason. I believe that in the next featured program, or if not the next one, then the one right after, they're gonna start to introduce some collections. And what we need to do with those collections is we're gonna have to collect basically, I would say usually 2/3 to 3/4 of each particular card type, like all-stars or breakout stars or tops now players, player of the month. And just for that reason, for me personally, it's worth going through the program. Now, is it worth grinding like a madman or madwoman and going insane just trying to get that Anthony Rizzo card? I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe it is. Just to go over the program real quick, you already know it at this point. You complete the Tops Now moments in the first stage and you collect them and you get to move on to the second stage. It's easy peasy, it really is. Then stage 2 is where it gets a little more difficult because we complete the moments in stage 2, no big deal, easy to complete the moments. But then we get to the PXP missions and that's where it starts to become a pain for everybody. As you can tell, I had to grind out a lot to get to stage 3, and it was probably not necessary. Normally, the lightning card in the beginning of the year is going to be one of the better cards that you get, especially as you're trying to complete collections. Most people don't have the live series collection done. And Rizzo is pretty damn good. He's just got one glaring flaw. He's got 100+ power against both sides. He's got 80+ contact against both types of pitchers. He's slightly better against lefties, which I'm not really a big fan of. I'd prefer him to have regular splits, but I understand he has reverse splits in real life. He's doing a little better against lefties in the month of April. He doesn't have any speed. I'm not even gonna move the camera. 20 speed. But you're not really looking for speed from a first baseman. He's got 77 fielding. Again, you're not looking for the greatest fielder at first base. We all know Frank Thomas just dives down and suffocates any ball that comes in his area because he's big. Rizzo's not a small guy. He works out fine. But Rizzo's biggest problem is he is only a first baseman. And I hate that. I hate it so much. Frank Thomas is a collection reward. So yes, not a lot of people have Frank Thomas done. Okay, I can understand that. I can get behind that. The problem is that in the AL Central, you have 3 first base collection rewards. And let's not forget, the NL Central collection reward is Prince Fielder. So it's not really that hard to get yourself another first baseman that's comparable to Anthony Rizzo. So I know a lot of people have been turned off by the program as a result of that. Andre Dawson, there is a ton of much better outfielders right now in the game. Mediocre to average speed for an outfielder, 81 fielding. It's good, it's serviceable, absolutely. He's got 80 across the board between contact and power, except for contact versus left is 95. Is he a good card? Absolutely, absolutely. But it doesn't give you a reason to grind this program out of your mind for the amount of requirements that they're expecting of us. How can I justify you completing this program? There's only one reason. That is to get yourself the collection reward, to get as many player of the month cards as you possibly can, so that you will be able to complete collections when they finally come out. And I don't know for sure, none of us know when the collection is coming. However, I'm guessing that it's coming either in the third featured program or the fourth, just kind of based on what happened last year and the fact that they dropped Mo at the end of the first inning program, but it was around the same time period because the game had come out a little later. And those collection rewards last year were some of the best cards in the game, and they were all 99s. So of course, if you don't have the live series collection done, then obviously it's going to be kind of hard to complete that collection, so you might not want to even do the player of the month, and that's okay. But let's assume that you have the live series collection done. Well, then player of the month is going to be for the next collection that's coming up. But if you don't have the live series collection done, doing player of the month is going to get you a lot of stubs. If you decide, screw it, I'm selling all my player of the month cards, well, let's go take a look at them on the market. Kyle Wright, 25K. Taylor Ward, 26K. Ty France, 23K. Just go down the list, and they're all around 20, 22,000. That's not an insignificant amount of stubs. There's 9 of them in the program, a good 180,000 stubs right there. That might help you complete the live series collection. Or if you already have the collection done, like we said, it's gonna be for the next collection. That might not be good enough reason for you. And I can completely understand that. I just want to cover all my bases for all the different types of players and the situations that they're in. I know a lot of people wanted to sell their tops now and made some stubs, but to me that's short-sighted. Selling the tops now cards doesn't really help you at all. You're only getting a couple thousand stubs per card. It's not a lot. And instead, you could be grinding a little bit through this event, through mini seasons that just came out, through the conquest maps. That's how I was able to do it, and that's how I was able to get the program done, and I got all the cards. A little hint, something that I did was I bought the cards on the market, and then I went and used them. So there's a little bit of an initial investment. However, by the time you get them in the packs, you can just turn around and sell them for pretty much the same amount of stubs. They really haven't moved at all. Now, will any of these other cards make your lineup, make your team? Always situational. As a person that has live series collections done, the only cards that are going to make my squad are going to be Jock Peterson, who I personally believe is going to be the best bench bat in the game at this point. He's a lefty bat. You bring him in against right-handed pitching. He's got 108 contact versus right and 117 power versus right. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Victor Arano, not a bad relief option this early in the game. 96 hits per 9. He's got a really good pitch mix right above here. He's got a sinker, slider, fastball, changeup, and he's got pretty damn good break on his slider and sinker. So I think he's going to make the bullpen for now. In the events, JP Crawford has had his moments. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's done really well for me. Batting 400. He's got 3 home runs. Only 27 plate appearances. So he's hitting a home run every 9 plate appearances for me. Not bad. I don't know if he'll keep that up, but he does have kind of a glitchy swing. I don't think he makes the rank squad, but he's a nice card to have. Owen Miller, I don't personally really care for. Jordan Romano has the worst pitch mix around. 2-seamer, 4-seamer, slider. He does have 100 hits per 9, but I think he's completely worthless. And Pablo Lopez looks really good on paper. He's got a great pitch mix, sinker, cutter, slurve, circle change. He hasn't really been getting it done for me. to be honest. With the 94 hits per 9, I'm a little disappointed in that. I think people can read him well. As far as the 90 plus cards, Ty France, a decent option, maybe a bench bat against righties if you don't have any other options. Kyle Wright, another kind of disappointing pitcher. He does have a sick pitch mix: slurve, sinker, slider, circle change, and fastball. He's got 99 hits per 9 at parallel 2, but I think he kind of suffers from the same problems as Pablo Lopez. He's been seemingly readable to my opponents, and they've been kind of lighting him up a little bit. So I'm still willing to continue giving him a try, but I don't know if he's gonna last too long. And probably my favorite card in the entire series right now is actually Taylor Ward, which is kind of a dark horse candidate for me. I did not think I was going to care for this card, but my God, he blasts the ball. He absolutely crushes the ball, and he's got all these secondaries. The man can play first, third, all 3 outfield positions, and most importantly, he can be your catcher. So I'm a big Taylor Ward fan right now. This card is pretty dope in the game. A catcher with 73 speed and a 74 arm, not the best arm, but not a bad option moving forward. And I just really have enjoyed this card's swing. So again, just to reiterate, the player of the month cards, I believe the grind is worth it. Do you have to kill yourself over it? No. You can finish it kind of slowly over the next couple weeks. Sprinkle those cards into the games that you play against the computer. Sprinkle those cards into your ranked lineup. Some of them are going to be really relevant. You'll gain the parallel XP as you play the game. I don't think you have to go super hard at it. I don't think there's any benefit to that. But I do think that you should complete the program if you can, if you want to get the collections done, if you want to even get the live series collection done, because you can go sell those player of the month cards for, you know, 150 to 200,000. So for me personally, I believe it's only worth it for that. If it wasn't for the possible collection, if it wasn't for the fact that I think that it's coming around the corner, then I would literally tell you just forget about it, because it is a tough grind. If you don't take it so seriously and you just do a little at a time, I think it's bearable. I think it's a good enough grind, and I know a lot of people don't love the new way that we have to grind out cards and finish programs and stuff like that. For me personally, the flaws in the game are a lot different than the grinding of the program, but that's a topic for another day. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Write a comment down in the section below. Let me know, do you think the Player of the Month program is worth it? Do you think it's even worth trying to get the collections done? And also let me know what cards from the program you did like. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much.